Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Zemo the Dad in DPS, and we're back once again with another episode of Legendary Crafting. Now this one has been voted on you guys. I put a vote into the Discord server, and you guys graciously voted for rifles, and our YouTube members were allowed to cast the final vote on what weapon it would be, and we've ended up on Tesla rifles. So yeah, we'll be crafting some Tesla rifles today, and hopefully we get something amazing. We probably won't. Not gonna lie. Either way, let's get on with it. Alright, let's see what we managed to make today. This should be interesting. Wish me luck. Alright, first off we've got anti-armor, 25 damage while aiming, and 50 resistance while aiming. Now this one's actually not bad in the sense that this kind of gun you can get away with quite easily not using in advance. Anti-armor combined with the damage while aiming is actually really quite a good combination, and damage resistance while aiming means that I'm not going to die to stuff as easily. Don't get me wrong, reload is probably the best effect in that bottom slot for this. I don't think anything else matches up because it does have really small of a clip. Either way, good start. Alright, let's scroll back down. And action. Now this is the exact opposite end of good. Furious is a useless effect on this weapon because it hits lots of different targets. So, you know, if Furious added like some sort of debuff to enemies where it just ramped up your damage with that gun, great. That's not how it works. Because, yeah, if it worked that way, this would be probably really broken, but it's not. Sadly, probably going to scrap this one. Oh well. Next up, we're gonna get something good. Mutants and Last Shot, 1 agility. Now, Mutants isn't the worst effect in the world, and Last Shot on a weapon that has quite a small clip isn't the worst effect in the world. 1 agility, not really relevant, but yeah, it's one that would be quite good on a character you're leveling. Yeah, would definitely be good on a character you're leveling. You don't have a proper build yet, but not great on a character that's fully fleshed out, sadly. But that's just my opinion of it. It's not like I know everything in the world. Alright, come on. Berserker's Tesla rifle, damage resistance while reloading, and damage while aiming. We're getting a lot of that today. This one, if I was running a Berserker build, I suppose would be good, but I am not. And it's meh. Very meh. Very, very meh. Don't know why I said it like that, but I did. Deal with it. Mutant Slayer's Tesla rifle, Last Shot, and resistance while reloading. I don't like super mutant damage. I literally don't. I mean, I suppose this would be good for going into West Tech, but outside of that, it's pish. Just pish. Wish it would give me more of the good effects. You know the ones. The ones I like. Nocturnal Tesla rifle, damage while aiming, and damage while reloading. Now, if you're running a Nocturnal style build, this would actually be a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. Outside of, if you are one of those people that likes using Nocturnal, yeah, not a great weapon. Nocturnal, just for half the time, isn't doing any extra damage, sadly. So, I wish it was something else. Let's be honest. What am I gonna make? Ooh, this one's actually not bad. Aristocrats, damage, 25% chance to deal 2 times damage in the last shot, and 90% reduced weight. The reduced weight's a good factor here because, well, let's be honest, why the hell would I want this thing to be full weight at any given time? And because there isn't a perk that reduces weapon weight, other than obviously the ones on armor, this one's actually not bad. It's something I can keep in storage and not worry too much about. Aristocrats is a very slept on effect, I think, a lot of the time. Not by me, but by other people. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that one. Though I would probably say the anti-armor one is by far the best one that we've got so far. But that, again, might just be me. Junkie's Tesla rifle, replenish action points for each kill, and faster reload. Now this one is actually really interesting. The thing about the replenish action points with each kill factor here is this gun hits enemies over a massive scale, and you will be able to spam VATS with this thing in potentially daily ops, potentially horde, well definitely horde things, and almost certainly radiation rumble. So this is actually low-key, I think replenish action points with each kill, when you're using this weapon as intended, actually really good. Very, very good. I definitely want to test that. I definitely want to see if that is true or not, but yeah. It's got suppressors on it, bashing damage, reduced weight. This thing is getting script. No, I don't want to talk about it any more than that. Get rid of it. I hate suppressors. It gives me the rage. And then it followed it up with his little brother, Stalkers. Go to hell. Replenish action points for each kill. Damage resistance while reloading. Blech. Blech. Makes me feel sick to my stomach seeing those effects. Why do they even exist? There's no legitimate reason for them to be a thing. Suppressors, limb damage, reduce weight. Moving on, I am getting annoyed now. Hunters, faster fire rate, 90% reduced weight. Hunters is a very bad effect. There's not enough animal enemies that, you know, have a lot of HP in the game. Pointless. Faster fire rate on this gun is also debatably a bad effect because you run for your clip really quickly. This one is certainly getting script like a few of the others, sadly. Come on, something good. Instigating's bad on this gun. For the exact same reason it's bad on a lot of guns. It's not like you're going to kill things in one hit with this. And then when you add in the replenishing action points for each kill, you're killing slower than normal, and then faster movement. I disappointed in that one, very disappointed. Could have been better if it had just about any main effect that wasn't suppressors or stalkers. Berserkers again, faster fire rate, and VATS action point cost. Berserkers again, not the best thing. In a lot of weapons, this would have been considered a god roll, but not on a Berserkers one, and certainly not with faster fire rate on this thing. If it's quad faster fire rate, don't get me wrong, that is very good, but outside of that, I don't think faster fire rate does this weapon as much justice as you would expect. Come on. Executioner's Tesla rifle, VATS hit chance, faster movement speed while aiming. Executioners, it's an okay effect on this weapon, don't get me wrong, you're waiting for their health to go down to the 40% before you're doing any real consistent damage. And VATS hit chance, I honestly don't think this weapon has a low accuracy, so yeah, not really that a good a weapon personally. Executioners with other effects maybe, but not with that setup. I think that was a very disappointing version. Not as disappointing as the Depressors ones, but you know. Mutant Slayers, VAT hit chance, 1 perception. Again, not really good at all unless you're going into West Deck, and even then, the other one that we got was better than that one, so sad face. Come on, I need something good. Furious again, VATS hit chance, 1 agility. I'm not happy with that. For all the reasons I said before. Is what it is though. That's the kind of thing when you craft legendary weapons, it's just as bad as the Purveyor, just in a more specific weapon set. Executioner's last shot, VATS critical meter fills 15% faster. Now this is a better Executioner's by a metric ton. If you're doing that extra damage on an enemy or a group of enemies that are low health, yeah, you're going to be doing a crap load of damage, especially if you crit. So yeah, that's probably the best Executioner's one that I've got. Again, could be better in different ways, but that is what it is. You can't always get what you want, or exactly what you want, as is the case with a lot of things. Last two to go. Aristocats, bashing damage, damage resistance while aiming. The other one was better. I forget what the effects were, but the other Aristocrats was better, so probably gonna go into my pile of things that need to get scrapped, sadly. And last, and hopefully not least, Troubleshooters, VAT hit chance, breaks 50% slower. Sigh. Big sigh. Oh well, let's find out what my top picks for the evening are. Now for tonight's first pick, I'm going to go for the Executioner's Tesla rifle with last shot and VATS critical meter fills 15% faster, for the reasons that those effects aren't bad on this weapon at all. They're not the ones I would personally prefer, but there'll be somebody out there that think this gun is absolutely fantastic, and I would agree with them. It's a decent combination of effects, and with the fire rate in this thing and the small clip size, you're going to get that last shot double hit more often than not, and by logic's sake, that's a double hit potentially on a huge amount of enemies. So yeah, potentially amazing. So our second pick is the Aristocrat's Tesla rifle with last shot and 90% reduced weight. Aristocrats is very consistent damage. You can pretty much predict if you're going to be doing good amounts of damage the constant way through, and that's the great thing about the effect. Don't get me wrong, there are better damaging effects in the game, but that is what it is, and don't get me wrong, it's not exactly like it's the best variation of the weapon, but last shot is going to do a lot of damage because the clip size is very small, and the reduced weight always just stops me from being overweight and running around, and storing it means that, you know, it's not taking up much weight in storage either. So it is not a bad effect, it's just not optimised for damage. Either way, I'm quite happy with it. Now, I don't think anybody can argue that this weapon is 100% the best version of it. You have the anti-armour, 25 damage while aiming, and your damage resistance while aiming. This thing is pretty much suited for just pointing and shooting. With the new patch that's coming in, its damage is also going to be getting buffed. So anti-armour on damage that is getting buffed. This thing, potentially a beast in the waiting. I'm really interested to see how it's going to be pre and post patch. And I might do 2 videos on this weapon itself to show that. Either way, I'm quite happy with what we got, because normally I get absolute balls. So that was today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you'd like to support the channel, there is the obvious things that you can do in the way of joining my YouTube members or clicking that Ko-fi link to support me in a certain other way. Now, let's thank our YouTube members, which are Wyatt Blackburn, Wallers Me, Dale Finn Gaming, Colin G, Brian RMC, Peggy Knight, Matazbo, Devilman Games, Marcus Carrasco, Scott S, Bubba Doodle Mom, Ranger McSprudle, Anxiety Rangers, and last but certainly not least, the only chosen undad member, Golty. Big thanks to all you guys. I hope you are still enjoying the content, and if you pretty much enjoyed this video, stay tuned for more votes. I am basically wanting to give you guys a lot more input in the sort of videos I make in regards to Fallout, and this was one that I wanted you guys to be part of. And yeah, we didn't get a huge amount of people voting, but that's the first time I've done it, and maybe you guys will be watching out for it more in the future, next time I decide to do a vote on what it's going to be. However, what I will say is that anything that has been made already will be taken out of the votes, so we won't be doing rifles next time. It'll be the other categories that get put up for the vote, and obviously even if we did get rifles, Tesla won't make it back on there for at least a long while. So, with that, I'll catch you all next time in the Wasteland.